Most people think Belgium is just about chocolate, waffles, and boring EU meetings where politicians argue about cucumber regulations. Sure, you've heard the jokes. Belgium is so forgettable that even Google Maps sometimes suggests driving around it instead of through it. But here's what nobody tells you. This tiny country sandwiched between France and Germany might just be Europe's best-kept secret for budget living. And I'm not talking about surviving on instant noodles in a basement somewhere. I'm talking about actually living well on just $600 a month while experiencing a culture so wonderfully bizarre that it makes Alice in Wonderland look like a documentary. You see, Belgium isn't just a country. It's three countries pretending to be one, held together by beer, bureaucracy, and a shared love of complaining about the weather. The Flemish in the north speak Dutch and act like organized Germans with a sense of humor. The Walloons in the south speak French and behave like laid-back Parisians who actually smile. And then there's Brussels, the capital, where everyone speaks everything and nobody understands anything, which somehow makes perfect sense for the European Union headquarters. But here's the kicker. While tourists blow hundreds of euros fighting over selfie spots in Bruges, locals have figured out how to live like kings on a budget that would barely cover rent in most American cities. They've mastered the art of eating world-class food without breaking the bank, getting around a country smaller than Maryland for the price of a pizza, and finding entertainment that doesn't involve paying 20 euros for a beer in a tourist trap. The question is, are you ready to learn their secrets? Belgium sits in Western Europe like that middle child nobody talks about, wedged between the popular older sibling France and the successful younger brother Netherlands, with Germany looming over everyone's shoulder giving unsolicited advice. Covering just 11,787 square miles, Belgium is roughly the size of Taiwan or half the state of South Carolina. Yet it manages to pack in more cultural complexity than countries 10 times its size. This geographical positioning hasn't been a blessing throughout history. Belgium has been Europe's favorite battlefield for centuries, from Julius Caesar's conquests to Napoleon's final defeat at Waterloo, from World War I trenches to World War II resistance movements. The country has been invaded, conquered, liberated, and rebuilt so many times that Belgians have developed a uniquely fatalistic sense of humor about it all. They joke that Belgium's national sport isn't cycling or football, but rather surviving whoever decides to march through this time. The country's split personality stems from this tumultuous past. The north, called Flanders, speaks Dutch and embraces Germanic efficiency with a Flemish twist. Think punctual trains, organized cities, and beer that's taken more seriously than some religions. The south, Wallonia, speaks French and maintains that Mediterranean approach to life where everything can wait until after lunch, which might extend well into the evening if the conversation gets good. Brussels, the capital region, exists in its own linguistic bubble where French, Dutch, English, and about 40 other languages compete for airtime in any given conversation. It is where European bureaucrats from 27 countries try to agree on the proper curvature of bananas while locals navigate their daily lives in whatever language gets results fastest. This multilingual chaos has created a uniquely adaptive culture where Belgians switch languages mid-sentence based on who is listening, what they're buying, or which version of the train announcement they actually understood. But here is what is fascinating: this geographic and linguistic complexity that should tear the country apart actually creates incredible opportunities for budget living. Because Belgium functions as three different cultural zones in one tiny space. You can find French-style cafes with German-level organization and Dutch-style price transparency, all within a 30-minute train ride. Each region competes to offer better value, better services, and better quality of life, which means savvy residents and long-term visitors can cherry-pick the best aspects of each culture without the traditional European premium prices. The country is positioned as a crossroads means everything here is designed for transit and temporary stays, from efficient public transportation to flexible housing options to food that travels well. Belgians have perfected the art of making people feel at home quickly because historically, you never knew how long anyone would be staying before the next army, trading expedition, or European directive moved them along. This transient mentality has created a culture where nothing is permanent but everything is comfortable. Belgians invest in quality beer, excellent food, and reliable transportation. But they're not obsessed with accumulating possessions or maintaining appearances the way other European cultures might be. It's a practical approach to life that makes $600 monthly budgets not just possible, but surprisingly pleasant. Living day to day in Belgium means embracing a culture that values quality over quantity, community over competition, and common sense over complications. Belgians wake up early not because they're workaholics, but because they want to finish their responsibilities in time to enjoy their famous café culture, cycling adventures, or evening beer tastings with friends. The work culture strikes a balance that amazes Americans and confuses Germans in equal measure. Belgians are productive during business hours but religiously protect their personal time. Lunch breaks are sacred, not for power meetings or desk dining, but for actual meals with actual people having actual conversations. The concept of working through lunch or eating at your desk is viewed with the same bewilderment Americans might reserve for someone suggesting they skip Thanksgiving dinner to answer emails. Family life revolves around food, cycling, and outdoor activities that cost virtually nothing but create lifelong memories. Belgian families think nothing of cycling 20 kilometers on a Saturday morning to try a new bakery, then spending the afternoon in a local park with bread, cheese, and beer. That costs less than a single appetizer at most American restaurants. Children grow up expecting weekly outdoor adventures, seasonal festivals, and food that actually tastes like something, which creates adults who know how to have fun without spending money. The cycling culture deserves special mention because it is not just transportation. It is a complete lifestyle philosophy. Belgians cycle to work in business suits, to the market with shopping panniers, and to social events with cases of beer balanced on rear racks in ways that would make physics professors nervous. They've built a society where car ownership is optional rather than essential, which immediately eliminates one of the largest expenses in most Western countries. Social etiquette in Belgium requires understanding that directness is valued over diplomacy, but kindness trumps both. Belgians will tell you exactly what they think about your cooking, your cycling technique, or your choice of beer, but they'll do it while offering better alternatives and inviting you to try again. It's a culture where constructive criticism comes with practical solutions and genuine interest in your improvement. The regional tensions between Flemish and Walloon communities that dominate political headlines rarely affect daily social interactions. Most Belgians speak at least 2 languages out of necessity and switch between them based on context, rather than ideology and practice. This means you can learn one language and get by perfectly well while gradually picking up others. Through natural exposure, Belgian humor tends toward the self-deprecating and absurd. They've elevated complaining about weather, politicians, and neighbors to an art form, but they do it with such wit and timing that even the targets end up laughing. This cultural approach to dealing with life's irritations through humor rather than anger creates a surprisingly relaxed social environment, where minor inconveniences become conversation starters rather than sources of stress. Belgian food culture operates on principles that would revolutionize American eating habits. Ingredients matter more than presentation. Seasonal availability determines menus more than marketing trends. And meals are social events rather than fuel stops. This philosophy creates a food scene where exceptional quality comes at reasonable prices because the focus is on substance rather than style. Waffles, despite international fame, are actually just the beginning. Belgians distinguish between Brussels waffles light, crispy, perfect for strawberries and cream, and Liege waffles dense, sweet, eaten by hand while walking. But locals eat them primarily as snacks or desserts, not breakfast staples. The real breakfast culture revolves around fresh bread from neighborhood bakeries, local cheeses, and coffee that's taken seriously enough to warrant multiple daily consumption sessions. Belgian fries, never call them French fries here, represent a culinary obsession that borders on the sacred. Proper Belgian fries are thick-cut, double-fried, and served in paper cones with mayonnaise-based sauces that elevate the humble potato to gourmet status. The best fries come from small shops called friteries where the owners have been perfecting their technique for decades in charging prices that make McDonald's look expensive. The chocolate industry built Belgium's international reputation, but locals approach chocolate consumption with Germanic precision and French sophistication. They know which chocolatiers excel at pralines versus truffles, which seasonal specialties are worth waiting for, and how to pair different chocolates with specific beers. Quality chocolate shops offer samples freely because they're confident in their products, which means you can receive an excellent chocolate education for the cost of occasional purchases. Beer culture in Belgium transcends recreational drinking to become a complex academic subject, involving hundreds of varieties, specific glassware for each style, and brewing traditions dating back to medieval monasteries. Belgian beer isn't just alcoholic, it's cultural, historical, and often theological. Considering how many varieties were perfected by monks, who clearly understood that combining prayer with brewing created miraculous results, each Belgian beer style has its own glass, serving temperature, and appropriate food pairings. Lambics are sour, funky, and often fruit-infused. Trappist ales are strong, complex, and brewed by actual monks who take their brewing as seriously as their prayers. Abbey ales are similar, but brewed by commercial breweries using monastic recipes. Wheat beers are light, cloudy, and perfect for afternoon cycling breaks. And that is just scratching the surface of a beer culture, so sophisticated that some later courses focus exclusively on Belgian varieties. Coffee culture combines French café traditions with Dutch practical efficiency. Belgian coffee shops serve proper espresso-based drinks alongside local pastries, but they're also social hubs where locals read newspapers, conduct informal business meetings, and engage in the national pastime of people watching, while commenting on everyone's cycling technique. Coffee shops stay open from early morning until late evening, providing affordable social spaces that substitute for expensive entertainment venues. Local cheeses might not have the international recognition of French or Italian varieties, but they offer exceptional quality at a fraction of the cost. Belgian cheese culture emphasizes local production, seasonal availability, and perfect pairings with local breads and beers. Cheese shops offer extensive samples and expert advice, treating cheese selection like wine selection elsewhere. Restaurant culture operates on the principle that good food takes time. Good conversation makes time pass quickly, and good value keeps customers returning. Belgian restaurants rarely rush diners. Portion sizes are generous without being wasteful, and quality ingredients prepared simply often outshine expensive presentations elsewhere. The Belgian approach to dining prioritizes satisfaction over spectacle. Belgium's social and dating scene reflects the country's multicultural complexity, practical approach to relationships, and refreshingly direct communication style. Dating here operates without many of the games, artificial timelines, and expensive expectations that characterize romantic cultures elsewhere in Europe or North America. Belgian women embody an interesting combination of independence, directness, and cultural sophistication that reflects the country's position at the crossroads of Germanic and Latin European influences. They're typically multilingual, well-educated, and maintain busy professional lives while prioritizing personal relationships and quality of life over career advancement alone. Belgian women value authenticity over performance, substance over style, and genuine compatibility over romantic gestures that might look impressive but lack practical foundation. The dating culture emphasizes getting to know someone through shared activities rather than formal dinner dates or expensive entertainment. Belgians prefer cycling together, trying new beer varieties, attending local festivals, or exploring different neighborhoods, activities that cost little but reveal personality, interests, and compatibility in natural settings. This approach means dating expenses focus on experiences rather than impressions, which significantly reduces the financial pressure often associated with romantic relationships. Brussels and Antwerp offer distinctly different social scenes that cater to various preferences and budgets. Brussels, as the international capital, attracts a diverse crowd of European professionals, international students, and expatriates from around the world. The nightlife ranges from sophisticated wine bars in historic neighborhoods to multicultural dance clubs where conversations happen in four languages simultaneously. Brussels' social scene includes numerous free cultural events, outdoor festivals, and community gatherings that provide natural meeting opportunities without expensive venue requirements. Antwerp's social scene leans more heavily toward local culture, while maintaining openness to newcomers. The city's famous fashion industry and diamond trade create a social environment where creativity, craftsmanship, and international connections matter more than traditional Belgian conservatism. Antwerp nightlife focuses on quality rather than quantity, fewer venues, but each one carefully curated for specific audiences who become regular communities, rather than anonymous crowds. Belgian social etiquette around relationships emphasizes honesty, reliability, and practical compatibility over romantic dramatics. Belgians typically express interest directly rather than through hints or elaborate strategies. They value partners who contribute intellectually to conversations, maintain their own interests and friendships, and understand that healthy relationships enhance rather than replace individual lives. The multicultural nature of Belgian society means beauty standards and relationship expectations vary significantly based on regional and ethnic backgrounds. Flemish regions tend toward Northern European aesthetics and relationship approaches, while Walloon areas incorporate more Mediterranean influences. Brussels, with its international population, creates space for virtually every cultural approach to relationships and social interaction. Belgian social life extends far beyond romantic relationships to include extensive friend networks, built around shared interests, neighborhood communities, and professional connections. Belgians maintain lifelong friendships through regular activities that cost little but provide significant social satisfaction: weekly cycling groups, seasonal festival attendance, beer appreciation societies, and local sports clubs that welcome newcomers enthusiastically. Expatriate communities in Belgium tend to integrate more successfully than in many European countries because Belgian culture already accommodates multiple languages, cultural approaches, and lifestyle preferences within its own borders. International residents often report feeling welcomed rather than tolerated, included rather than exotic, and valued for their contributions rather than categorized by their origins. The practical approach to social relationships means Belgians form friendships and romantic partnerships based on genuine compatibility and shared values rather than superficial characteristics or social positioning. This creates social environments where personality, humor, intelligence, and reliability matter more than income, appearance, or professional status, which obviously benefits people living on $600 monthly budgets. Belgium's festival calendar reveals a culture that celebrates the wonderfully weird, the historically significant, and the seasonally delicious with equal enthusiasm and minimal commercialization. These events provide entertainment, cultural education, and social opportunities that cost little to attend but create memories and friendships that last for years. The Carnival of Binche, recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage, showcases Belgium's ability to maintain medieval traditions in contemporary contexts. Every February, the small Walloon town of Binche transforms into a surreal spectacle where locals dress as Gilles, mysterious figures wearing wax masks, bells, and enormous feathered headdresses while throwing oranges at spectators. The ritual has remained virtually unchanged for centuries, yet continues attracting thousands of visitors who witness something genuinely unique, rather than tourist-manufactured authenticity. Brussels' Ommegang Festival recreates medieval pageantry with such attention to historical detail that participants spend months preparing costumes, learning traditional dances, and perfecting period music. The event transforms Brussels' Grand Place into a living history lesson where locals and visitors experience medieval culture through participation rather than observation. Attendance costs nothing, but the experience provides insights into Belgian history, craftsmanship, and community cooperation that no museum could match. Ghent's Festival of Flanders combines classical music performances with street festivals, creating 10 days where world-class musicians perform in churches, historic buildings, and outdoor venues throughout the city. Many performances are free, and the festival atmosphere encourages informal interactions between international artists and local audiences. The event demonstrates Belgium's ability to make high culture accessible rather than exclusive. The Cat and Stoat Festival of Cats in Ypres occurs every 3 years and celebrates the city's historical relationship with cats through parades, performances, and the traditional throwing of toy cats from the Cloth Hall belfry. The festival combines historical reenactment, community participation, and harmless absurdity in ways that perfectly capture Belgian sensibilities about taking traditions seriously without taking themselves too seriously. Beer festivals throughout Belgium operate as educational experiences rather than drinking competitions. Events like the Belgian Beer Weekend in Brussels bring together breweries from across the country to offer tastings, brewing demonstrations, and food pairings that teach visitors about brewing traditions, regional variations, and proper appreciation techniques. These festivals provide opportunities to sample dozens of beer varieties for reasonable prices, while learning from actual brewers who are passionate about their craft. Christmas markets in Belgian cities maintain traditional craftsmanship focus rather than commercial product sales. Local artisans sell handmade goods, traditional foods, and seasonal specialties that reflect genuine cultural heritage. The markets provide opportunities to purchase unique gifts, taste seasonal foods, and experience community celebrations that have remained relatively unaffected by mass commercialization. Comic strip festivals throughout Belgium celebrate the country's significant contributions to graphic novel culture through exhibitions, artist meetings, and street art installations. Belgium created Tintin, the Smurfs, Lucky Luke, and countless other characters that influence global comic culture. These festivals demonstrate how Belgium continues nurturing creative industries while maintaining connections to cultural heritage. Local village festivals occur throughout the year and celebrate everything from asparagus season to patron saints to harvest celebrations. These events provide authentic cultural experiences where visitors can participate in genuine community celebrations rather than observe tourist-oriented performances. Village festivals typically include local food specialties, traditional music, and social activities that cost little to enjoy but provide insights into Belgian community life. The accessibility of these cultural events means living in Belgium on a limited budget. Does it require sacrificing cultural enrichment or social participation? Most festivals welcome everyone regardless of economic status, and many provide volunteer opportunities that offer deeper participation in exchange for free admission and behind-the-scenes experiences. Living well on $600 monthly in Belgium requires understanding local systems, making strategic location choices, and adopting Belgian approaches to daily expenses. The key insight is that Belgium's high quality of life doesn't necessarily require high income. It requires smart choices and local knowledge that tourists never acquire during short visits. Housing represents the largest expense, but Belgium offers options that don't exist in many countries. Student housing, called cots, remains available to people well beyond traditional student age, especially in university cities like Leuven, Ghent, and Liège. These accommodations typically cost €300 to €400 monthly and include utilities, internet, and access to shared kitchens, laundry facilities, and social areas. Many cot buildings house international residents of various ages, pursuing everything from language studies to career changes to artistic projects. House sharing with Belgian families or international residents provides another affordable option while offering cultural immersion opportunities. Many Belgians, particularly empty nesters and single professionals, rent rooms to international residents for €350 to $450 monthly, including utilities and sometimes meals. These arrangements often develop into genuine friendships and provide insider knowledge about local systems, cultural events, and money-saving strategies. Rural villages within commuting distance of major cities offer the most dramatic housing savings. Small towns throughout Belgium rent apartments and houses for €400 to $600 monthly. That would cost twice as much in Brussels or Antwerp. Belgian train systems make rural living practical, Because you can reach any major city within an hour from most locations, rural housing often includes gardens, storage space, and parking that urban accommodations can't provide. Food costs decrease significantly when you shop like Belgians rather than tourists. Local markets offer seasonal produce, regional cheeses, and fresh bread at prices that make supermarkets look expensive. Belgian food culture emphasizes seasonal eating, which means focusing on whatever is abundant and affordable rather than maintaining year-round. Variety. Market vendors often provide cooking advice, recipe suggestions, and generous samples that help stretch food budgets while improving cooking skills. Discount grocery chains like Aldi and Lidl offer quality products at fraction of boutique prices, but Belgian locations stock local specialties that maintain cultural authenticity while reducing costs. Learning to cook Belgian classics like Stoufvlees beef stew, waterzooey chicken, and vegetable soup, and various seasonal preparations helps maintain food quality while controlling expenses. Transportation costs virtually disappear when you embrace Belgian cycling culture. Use bicycles. Cost €50 to €150 and provide transportation for years with minimal maintenance expenses. Belgium's flat terrain, extensive cycling paths, and compact geography makes cycling practical for most daily transportation needs. Many Belgians cycle year-round in all-weather conditions, using appropriate clothing and equipment that costs less than a single month of car ownership. Public transportation offers excellent value through monthly and annual passes that reduce per-trip costs significantly. The SNCB Belgian Railways offers various discount programs for regular commuters, students, and seniors. Local bus and tram systems in major cities provide unlimited monthly access for €50 to €70, which often costs less than weekly car expenses elsewhere. Free and low-cost entertainment abounds once you connect with local communities and understand seasonal calendars. Belgian cities offer numerous free museums days, outdoor concerts, cultural festivals, and community events throughout the year. Many churches, libraries, and community centers host free lectures, performances, and social gatherings that provide entertainment while offering opportunities to meet locals and other international residents. Belgium's excellent healthcare system provides quality medical care at reasonable costs, and many basic services are available regardless of residency status. Prescription medications cost significantly less than American equivalents, and preventive care is emphasized over expensive treatments. The key to successful budget living in Belgium involves adopting local attitudes about money, quality, and lifestyle priorities. Belgians spend money on experiences, relationships, and quality items that last 4 years, but they avoid expensive status symbols, frequent restaurant dining, and entertainment that provides temporary satisfaction rather than lasting value. Belgium's transportation system reflects the country's practical approach to moving people efficiently across a small, densely populated area while maintaining affordability and environmental sustainability. The integrated network of trains, buses, trams, and cycling infrastructure makes car ownership optional rather than essential, which immediately eliminates one of the largest expense categories. For most Western residents, the National Railway System, SNCB, operates with Germanic efficiency and provides connections to virtually every Belgian town and city. Trains run frequently, arrive punctually, and maintain reasonable prices that make spontaneous travel affordable. A monthly rail pass costs approximately €60 and provides unlimited travel throughout the country, which means you can live in a small town and commute to major cities for less than most urban parking fees. International connections through Belgium are exceptional because the country serves as a transportation hub for Western Europe. High-speed trains reach Paris in 90 minutes, Amsterdam in 3 hours, and London via Eurostar in 4 hours. These connections mean Belgium provides access to multiple major European cities for weekend trips that cost less than domestic flights in larger countries. The psychological and practical benefits of easy international travel significantly enhance quality of life regardless of income level. Local transportation within Belgian cities operates through integrated systems where single tickets or passes work for buses, trams, and metro systems. Monthly passes typically cost €50 to €70 and provide unlimited access to public transportation networks that reach every neighborhood, shopping district, and entertainment venue. Belgian public transportation maintains cleanliness, safety, and reliability that makes it genuinely pleasant rather than merely functional. Cycling infrastructure in Belgium approaches Danish and Dutch levels of sophistication, while maintaining uniquely Belgian character. Cycling paths connect cities, towns, and rural areas through networks that prioritize safety, convenience, and scenic routes. Many paths follow converted railway lines, canal systems, and historic trade routes that provide beautiful cycling experiences, while serving practical transportation needs. Belgian cycling culture accommodates all ages, fitness levels, and purposes rather than focusing exclusively on athletic performance or recreational activities. Belgians cycle to work, shopping, social events, and cultural activities as naturally as Americans drive cars. The infrastructure supports this practical cycling through covered parking areas, maintenance stations, and route planning that treats bicycles as legitimate transportation rather than toys or exercise. Equipment. Weather rarely prevents cycling in Belgium because locals understand appropriate clothing and equipment for different conditions. Belgian cyclists dress for their destinations rather than their journeys, using weather-appropriate gear that allows comfortable arrival regardless of seasonal conditions. This practical approach means cycling remains viable year-round rather than fair weather activity. Combined transportation strategies work particularly well in Belgium. Because the systems integrate seamlessly, you can cycle to train stations, take trains between cities, and use local buses or trams for final destinations. Monthly passes often include multiple transportation modes, and infrastructure supports mixed-mode travel through bike parking at transit stations and coordination between schedules. Belgium's compact size means transportation decisions affect lifestyle choices more than in larger countries. You can live in historic Ghent, work in modern Brussels, and spend weekends cycling through rural Flemish villages or hiking in the Ardennes Mountains. This geographic accessibility means $600 monthly budgets can support lifestyles that would require significantly higher incomes in countries where transportation costs more and distances are greater. Belgium offers natural beauty, cultural attractions, and recreational opportunities that rival any European destination, while remaining accessible to residents and budget-conscious travelers. The country's compact size means you can experience medieval cities, seaside towns, mountain hiking, and international cultural events all within a few hours of each other. Bruges represents Belgium's most famous tourist destination, but locals know how to experience the city's medieval beauty without tourist prices or crowds. Early morning and evening visits. Avoid tour groups while providing better lighting for photography and opportunities to interact with locals who live and work in the historic center. Many churches, museums, and cultural sites offer resident discounts or free admission days that make regular visits affordable for people living nearby. Ghent provides similar medieval architecture with more authentic local culture and significantly lower costs. The city maintains active student population, vibrant nightlife, and cultural events that cater to locals rather than tourists. Ghent's castle, cathedral, and historic center rival Bruges for beauty while offering restaurants, bars, and accommodations at reasonable prices. Antwerp combines historic significance with contemporary culture through its famous diamond district, fashion industry, and art scene. The city's museums, galleries, and cultural events provide world-class experiences at local prices. Antwerp's port history and international connections create diverse neighborhoods, where different cultures contribute to food, music, and social scenes that change constantly. The Ardennes region in southern Belgium offers mountain hiking, camping, and outdoor activities that cost virtually nothing but provide dramatic scenery and physical challenges. The area includes dense forests, river valleys, and small villages that maintain traditional crafts, seasonal festivals, and local food specialties. Many hiking trails connect historical sites. Natural attractions. and local breweries in ways that combine physical exercise with cultural education and social opportunities. Belgian seaside towns like Ostend and Dieppe provide beach access, seafood specialties, and coastal recreation without Mediterranean prices. Belgian beaches might lack tropical temperatures, but they offer miles of sandy coastline, seaside cycling paths, and communities that maintain fishing traditions alongside modern resort amenities. Seafood restaurants in coastal towns serve fresh catches at prices that make daily dining affordable. During seasonal visits, canal systems throughout Belgium provide cycling and walking routes that connect cities, towns, and rural areas through scenic pathways that follow historic trade routes. These waterways offer opportunities for boat rentals, fishing, and waterside dining while providing transportation alternatives that avoid road traffic and urban congestion. Nature reserves and parks throughout Belgium protect diverse ecosystems while providing free access to hiking trails, bird-watching opportunities, and seasonal activities like mushroom hunting and berry picking. These areas often include educational centers, guided tours, and community programs that enhance understanding of local ecology and agricultural traditions. Historic battlefields from World War I and II provide somber but important cultural education through museums, preserved trenches, and memorial sites that commemorate significant historical events. Many of these locations offer free admission and guided tours that provide historical context, while encouraging reflection on European history and international relationships. Cultural events throughout Belgium often take place in outdoor settings, historic buildings, and community spaces that provide entertainment while showcasing architectural heritage and local traditions. Summer festivals frequently use parks, town squares, and historic sites as venues, which means cultural participation includes environmental education and architectural appreciation. Belgium's reputation for safety, healthcare quality, and educational excellence makes it attractive for international residents while maintaining systems that support these advantages affordably. Understanding Belgian approaches to healthcare, safety, and education helps maximize these benefits regardless of income level. Healthcare in Belgium operates through universal coverage that provides quality medical care at reasonable costs for residents and temporary visitors. The system emphasizes preventive care, general practitioner relationships, and prescription medications that cost significantly less than American equivalents. Emergency care is available regardless of insurance status, and basic medical services are accessible through community health centers that serve diverse populations. Prescription medications in Belgium cost a fraction of American prices due to government negotiations with pharmaceutical companies and European Union regulations that limit price increases. Many medications available only by prescription elsewhere can be purchased over the counter from Belgian pharmacies, which reduces medical consultation costs for minor health issues. Dental care maintains high-quality standards while charging reasonable fees that make regular maintenance affordable rather than emergency expense. Many dental practices offer payment plans, preventive care packages, and educational programs that help maintain oral health while controlling costs. Mental health services include community counseling centers, support groups, and educational programs that address stress, depression, and adjustment difficulties that often affect international residents. These services typically operate in multiple languages and maintain sliding fee scales based on income levels. Safety in Belgium reflects the country's stable political system, effective police services, and social programs that address root causes of crime. Rather than focusing exclusively on enforcement, violent crime rates remain low throughout the country, and property crimes typically involve petty theft rather than serious threats to personal safety. Bicycle theft represents the most common crime affecting daily life in Belgium, but it's usually preventable through proper locks and parking strategies that locals learn early. Most bicycle theft involves unlocked or poorly secured bikes, rather than organized criminal activity targeting specific individuals or groups. Tourist-focused scams exist in major cities, but they typically target obvious visitors rather than residents who understand local systems and social norms. Learning basic safety awareness and local customs usually prevents most problems, while allowing normal participation in community life. Educational opportunities in Belgium include universities, technical schools, and community programs that maintain high academic standards while charging reasonable fees. Many programs welcome international students and offer instruction in multiple languages to accommodate diverse learning needs and backgrounds. Language learning opportunities abound through community centers, libraries, and cultural organizations that offer classes in French, Dutch, German, and English at various skill levels. Many programs are free or low cost and include cultural components that help participants understand Belgian society while developing communication skills. Professional development and vocational training programs help international residents develop skills relevant to Belgian employment markets while maintaining connections to global career opportunities. These programs often include apprenticeships, internships, and networking opportunities that lead to employment or entrepreneurial ventures. Practical information for living in Belgium includes visa requirements, banking systems, and administrative procedures that affect daily life for international residents. Understanding these systems before arrival helps avoid complications and ensures smooth transition to Belgian residents. Tourist visas allow up to 90 days within any 180-day period for citizens of most Western countries, which provides sufficient time to explore long-term residence possibilities, establish local connections, and understand Belgian systems before committing to extended stays. Tourist status doesn't permit employment, but it allows volunteering, cultural participation, and educational activities that help determine compatibility with Belgian lifestyle. Student visas require enrollment in recognized educational programs, but provide broader residence rights and often include permission for part-time employment. Many Belgian educational institutions welcome international students and offer programs in multiple languages, including English taught courses that don't require prior Dutch or French proficiency. EU citizenship provides full residence and employment rights throughout Belgium, which makes relocation relatively simple for citizens of other European Union countries. Brexit has complicated this process for British citizens, but various agreements still provide preferential treatment compared to non-European applicants. Banking in Belgium operates through established institutions that offer accounts to international residents with proper documentation and proof of address. Many banks provide services in multiple languages and maintain experience with international customers who need assistance understanding Belgian financial systems. Administrative procedures in Belgium require patience, proper documentation, and understanding of bureaucratic processes that can seem complicated, but become manageable with experience. Many Belgian municipalities offer information sessions, online resources, and multilingual assistance for new residents who need help navigating registration, taxation, and other official requirements. Language requirements vary by region and situation, but English communication is widely available in major cities and international contexts. Learning basic Dutch or French improves daily interactions and demonstrates cultural respect, but isn't always essential for short-term residence or tourist activities. Mobile phone service and internet access in Belgium maintain European standards, while charging reasonable prices that include international calling and data plans suitable for staying connected with home countries. Many providers offer prepaid options that avoid long-term contracts, while providing full-service access. Belgium represents a unique opportunity to experience high-quality European lifestyle, while maintaining a budget that would barely cover basic expenses in most Western countries. The country's combination of cultural sophistication, practical infrastructure, and welcoming communities creates an environment where $600 monthly can support a lifestyle. That includes international travel, cultural enrichment, social connections, and personal growth opportunities that many people never experience regardless of income level. The Belgian approach to life prioritizes quality over quantity, experiences over possessions, and community relationships over individual achievement in ways that reduce financial pressure, while enhancing personal satisfaction. Learning to live like Belgians rather than temporary Visitors opens access to systems, communities, and opportunities that remain hidden from conventional tourist experiences. Belgium's position at the heart of Europe provides access to multiple cultures, languages, and travel opportunities that expand perspectives and create international connections valuable throughout life. The practical skills developed through navigating Belgian systems, language flexibility, cultural adaptation, budget management, and community integration transfer to other European contexts and enhance global mobility for future endeavors. The cultural education available through daily life in Belgium includes exposure to art, music, literature, cuisine, and historical traditions that rival formal academic programs while costing significantly less and providing practical application opportunities. Living among people who maintain medieval traditions, while embracing contemporary innovation creates understanding of European culture that no classroom or tourist experience could replicate. Most importantly, Belgium demonstrates that extraordinary living experiences don't require extraordinary financial resources. They require curiosity, flexibility, and willingness to embrace different approaches to daily life. The country's combination of practical systems and cultural richness makes it possible to live well on very little money, while experiencing more cultural variety, natural beauty, and personal growth than many people achieve with significantly larger budgets in their home countries. If you're intrigued by the possibility of experiencing this hidden European gem, start researching visa requirements for your situation. Begin learning basic Dutch or French phrases, and consider visiting during different seasons to understand how Belgian lifestyle changes. Throughout the year, Belgium might not be the flashiest European destination, but it could be the most rewarding for people seeking authentic cultural experiences, genuine community connections, and proof that exceptional living doesn't require exceptional spending. The question isn't whether Belgium can provide an amazing experience on $600 monthly. It asks whether you're ready to challenge your assumptions about what makes life satisfying and start living like the locals who have been keeping this secret for centuries. Comment below if you're seriously considering this adventure, and let me know what aspects of Belgian life intrigue you most. And if this opened your eyes to possibilities you never considered, make sure to subscribe for more budget living guides to European destinations that offer incredible value for adventurous souls.